Hi there, Carrie here. Hope you're doing well. I just finished a big training this weekend, and they covered a lot of things that, I'm like downloaded with a billion things I want to share with you guys. But some of them really stood out to me, and so I've got my billions of index cards. I just wanted to share some thoughts. This is good for anybody. But sometimes, well, what does Buddha say? That the source of all suffering is comparison and judgment. So, but I'm like, what was there anything else other than that? I mean, how do I know who I am or where I am if I'm not comparing to everybody else and judging where I should be? And that's kind of how we're socialized into life. And it never occurs to us that there's another way to look at things, as in accepting. And sometimes it's really hard because we are so cerebral. Court reporters are so very up in our heads that everything that comes by, our brain thinks it can think its way out of everything, around everything, so that but you got to remember, it wants what it wants, and it's kind of lazy. It wants to be comfortable in a familiar place. Even if you're in pain in that familiar place, it will try to keep you there, because to change means effort, and effort means rethinking everything that it had all figured out and put in its little boxes. And it's going to have to change all that. And that ain't comfortable, which is why sometimes, we read a book, self-help stuff, and it's like, oh my God, this is wonderful. My life's going to change. And then nothing changes because this part of your brain is what read the book. And although your subconscious may be down there very quietly going, that's a really good idea, send it down, I would love to implement it, there's that conscious mind going, oh, well, this is for other people. This is, sounds like it would be a good idea, but that's a lot of work. And then it goes through all the reasons why it won't work. Not the reasons it might work, all the reasons why it absolutely won't work. Just to keep reminding you why we don't want to do that. We do not want change, even if it's good change. Every change is anticipated as being a potential threat. Because if it hasn't been vetted out, then it's definitely a threat. And if it has been vetted out, it's probably still probably a threat. It's got to, you're part of your mind that is, on the planet to keep you alive. It's just looking at, you woke up this morning, and I did that. I kept you safe on the planet yesterday. No matter how I did it, I kept you safe. So you need to listen to me. So what occurred to me as I was sitting there in that training is he kept talking about accepting who you are and then deciding what you want to do with that, where you want to go. Now, some of us think we've done that because we got into court reporting school and are on our way, and so we must have already done all those steps, accepting who you are and then deciding what you want, where you want to go. And we got going, but those are the mid-course corrections that you need to be making mentally and objectively and goal planningly along your way, because that keeps you on track. It keeps you on course. It's the reason why I say always look back to your why. What got you interested in this? What got you going in court reporting school? What was the excitement that you felt in your body, knowing, not thinking, not hoping, knowing that you could do this? You knew you could do this. That's the only reason you're sitting here watching this right now, is that you knew you could do this. You absolutely, without any doubts, knew that you could do this. And I'm just here to remind you that you can do this, but accepting. How about if, for just today, we just let ourselves take a deep breath, feel ourselves in our bodies, tell our mind to take a break for a minute. You're wearing me out, man. You're talking all the time. You're criticizing everything I do. You're not giving me clear plans about how to achieve what I want to achieve easily. And I know the answer's out there because I see other people doing it. So it's possible. Why are you not my best friend? Why are you not my best cheerleader? That's not his job. That's your job. Your job is to seek happiness. Your job is to be your best cheerleader. Your job is to be in control of you, to feel yourself in this body, on this planet, in this time, in this life right now. That's your job. Your avocation may be to be a court reporter, and that's going to be awesome. And it will all blend together. But don't do it like I did it. Don't do 30 years of being great at being a court reporter and being really sucky at life and being sad every time you're not behind that machine, feeling fucking phenomenal at what you're doing. Then you feel like everything else must be not okay and sad. Don't do that. Be a whole person along the journey of being a great court reporter. Because that's kind of a given. I swear to you. The name of the game in court reporting school is last man standing. And that can feel frustrating because that means everybody else is left and you're the last man standing. But guess what? That means that you have the endurance, the stamina, the relentless belief in yourself to not give up. And it is the name of the game. You don't know what other people's paths are. You don't know what other people's journeys are. You don't know what other people's true struggles are. And maybe for their evolvement in their life, maybe they're meant to get out of school so friggin' fast that it makes the rest of us, our heads spin. You know, like, who was that person? I never even got to know them because they weren't in this speed long enough. Where'd they go? Oh, they're out in the field working. Well, you think they are. Maybe they are. Maybe they are for a while. This is not everybody's path. Even though they get out of school, they may decide to do something else. That's okay. It drives some of us crazy because we realize, God, it was so easy for you. And then you just went and did something else that was probably easy for you. But it doesn't matter. It does not matter. It's your path. It's your journey. And I swear to you, you will not be the same person when you finish school as you were when you started school. The journey changes you. It's like putting you through this crucible that melts you down and it reforms you and it makes you stronger and harder. And I don't know if you guys know about Damascus steel, but it's like, Google it. It's these amazing blades, and they look, there's all these wiggles and warps going through the metal because they start off with a piece of metal. They melt it down, they pound it and hammer it, they fold it, they hammer it and pound it, they fold it again and again and again and again and again and again. And it keeps getting pounded and pounded and pounded until it is this absolutely phenomenal, beautiful, strong, amazing blade that never existed before. It was a piece of frickin' metal before it started. And it was forged into this amazing, beautiful thing that is strong and resilient and beautiful. That's you guys. That is what we go through. That is when you stop in those moments and say, this is so friggin' hard. Why is this so friggin' hard? That's the moment that you're going through the pounding. You're going through the bending, the folding, the becoming more than you were before. That's what that is. Wrap your heart around it. In those moments when you just want to scream and cry, or both, wrap your heart around it and say, okay, this is the hard stuff that will make me the amazing person that will be the phenomenal court reporter. I have got a note up here. I love this. This is my note to me. You must go through it to get through it. That seems so simple. And it's so profound. And it's almost like life, you know? Nobody gets out of life alive. That's a whole nother video. Accepting who you are. Accepting where you are right now, right here. Just the way it is in this moment. Knowing that you give it everything that you can give it in every moment you can. Some days that's more. Some days that's less. Love it all. Accept it all. And I'll leave you with one final analogy about accepting who you are right now. Because I work with a lot of people with hypnosis on losing weight. And one of the things that the first thing I tell them is, Assignment number 1. I want you to, no hypnosis, I want you to get in front of a mirror, no clothes, or as close to no clothes as you can get it, and really look at you. Take an assessment of you and look at all the things that you don't like. Okay, because that's where your eyes are going to go to begin with. All the things we don't like. You can use the court reporting analogy here as it parallels if you can. Look at all the things you don't like. Try to look at the things that you do like. You know, I got great hair. It's got nothing to do with my big fat butt, but I got great hair. You know, I got great eyes. I've got great skin. Whatever is your thing. You know, I got pretty good wrists. I mean, I got some friggin' amazing, sexy damn wrists. And they're strong. Look at the rest of you. Look at all the bumps and the lumps and the pudges and the pokes and the pops and all the stuff that you hate. And think about how mean you are to your body. Think about all the mean things you say to it. Every time you put on a pair of pants that doesn't fit, think about all the mean things you say to it. You know, how fat I am, I'm so stupid, I'm so big, nothing fits anymore, I look horrible, I got an ass the size of a train. Whatever, all the mean things you say. And you would never talk like that to your best friend or somebody that you were trying to impress, that you were asking to do something for you. You would never talk that way to somebody that you were just getting ready to ask for a job referral, a recommendation letter for something. You would be really nice. You'd like be your bestest you, to remind them how wonderful you are, to get them to help you to do what you want them to do for you. Well, that's your body. Don't be mean to it and say mean things to it and then expect it to change. I mean, especially after you're the reason your body is in the condition it's in right now, because you did that to it. And it's been phenomenal. It's been strong and resilient, and it's lived through everything you put it through. It didn't do that to itself. You did that. You did that. So accept it. All the things that you are as a court reporting student that aren't going the way you want, accept it. You're exactly where you are because of everything that's happened, because of the choices you made and the effort you put in or you didn't or whatever. Accept it. And then decide with the strength of that, what do I want next? What was my why? Where am I going? What do I want next? And then go get it. Just put your nose back down to the grindstone. Do the thing you know you need to do. You know you need to do. There are X number of hours and you're out of school. You just don't know what the X is. So just keep plowing at it as fast as you can. It's there waiting for you. Click, 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 click. Every hour you spend behind that machine is an hour faster to you getting out. You just don't know when that is. And so because we don't know, that part of our brain says, we don't know what that is. We got to call. We got to stop. Stop this nonsense, this madness right now. If you want that, go get it. Stop listening to that part of your brain that thinks it's God, because it ain't. And on that note, I'm going to leave you guys and say have a happy week. And I'll be back with you with more Post-it notes sometime soon. Don't believe in anything more than you believe in yourself. You are the magic. You've got everything you need to accomplish anything you want in this life. Don't lose sight of that for a moment. Or if you do, come back and come back and come back a billion times if you need to. Enjoy the steps along the journey today, because tomorrow's steps are going to be different. It's all good, and it's always all different. You guys take care.